Okay, trying to get myself in the center. I'm not doing too good at it. Um, kind of depressed today. Last night, I don't remember why I was thinking of it, but I was thinking about Kylie's birthday, and I couldn't remember what year she was born. The only two babies I've ever seen born. Now I've seen my daughter's birth and Kylie's birth, my oldest granddaughter, and I've seen the two younger granddaughters, Ariadne and Ember, were all born. But the first grandchild makes a big, big, huge effect on you. Very similar to having a child, I guess. But I had to actually ask my husband, what year was Kylie born? I've been doing so good lately. The Aricept has helped a lot. I really felt like I was, maybe we had halted any progress and would maybe stay where I was or get better, continue to get better, and not have cognitive impairment anymore. Yeah. I don't even remember, but there were things last week that I thought, man, I'm slipping. There's something wrong. Now I have no memory what they are. Yeah. So, but to not remember when my granddaughter was born. Broke my heart. I remember the day we went and took my daughter in to be, what is the word I want? Where they put her into labor. Anyway, I can't think of the word. And we thought maybe there was a chance that the baby would be born on September 14th. Today she had, what is the word I want? Anyway. But the labor took a long time to really get going good. And I think they said that Chantel has a lazy uterus or something like that. But so she wasn't born on the 14th. She was born at early morning of the 15th. It was very exciting. Steve and I were both there. We were the ones with her. And Kylie's biological father was there, but he wasn't in the room for the birth. That was something Chantel couldn't put up with. He got to see and hold the baby after she was born, stuff like that. It was exciting though, knowing your first grandchild is about to be born, and oh, but that day's long. Waiting for the dilation to not be so slow. I didn't have that problem. I don't know if it's because I went into early labor and they had to stop my labor. I really don't know. But I went into early labor myself and they stopped it because it was April, the 27th or something like that, and she wasn't due till June 28th, so she would have been very, very small. So, but when I went into labor, Steve was working nights. He worked on an oil rig, and And his shifts, I can't remember if at the time he was doing the shifts where they switched every 2 weeks to a different shift, which is, you know, your body never gets sleeping right if you do that. So that's just, I don't think they do that so much anymore. It's on a set shift. But anyway, he was on overnights, and about midnight, I felt my first labor pain. The first one I'd had really since April. That was pretty good. Not just Braxton Hicks. It was a pretty full-on labor pain, but it wasn't hard. It was painful, but it wasn't hard. And I just, I watched it and wrote it down throughout the night. And by the time Steve got home in the morning, it was time to go to the hospital. So we did. He came in the door and I said, okay, gotta go to the hospital. He's, what? There wasn't any reason to call him home for the rig. I wasn't ready to go to the hospital till in the morning, so we did that. And I guess we got there about 8, something like that. And back at that time, oh man, they don't do that stuff to girls now, but they give you an enema. It was horrible. Maltreatment, it really was. And they would shave you, and I don't know if they do that now or not. I have no idea. But and I was hurting, but it wasn't hard labor. The hard labor hit, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11, and they gave me some Demerol, and then the labor got harder, and there was a very mean person there. She was the head nurse for obstetrics at St. Mary's in Enid. And my husband had gone to the bathroom, was out of the room, and she told me, if you don't stop screaming, I'll make sure you don't have any more pain medicine. Yes, loving and kind, right? Anyway. And went and told my mother-in-law that, and she'd had the very same thing happen to her at a hospital when Steve was born. I'm trying to remember. I think he was born in either Monette. No, not in Monette. I think he was born in Parsons, Kansas. Yeah. Anyway. So I can still feel the feeling of the doctor laying Chantel on my belly. I can feel that. She was 6 pounds, 10 ounces, something like that. She wasn't very big, but she wasn't 3 pounds, 10 ounces like I was. So she was healthy and everything was fine. It was great. So we were hoping, everything would be great with Kylie too. Well, Kylie had a bigger head, and so they had to use forceps, which my daddy about came unglued. He was afraid they'd do her harm, but she had bruises, but she was delivered safely. They didn't have to go do a C-section. We were happy with it. Not a problem. And being a grandparent for the first time, the joy that comes to you, the love that you have for that child is just almost you almost can't really say what it's like, because it's as overwhelming as your love for your children, but it's also a little different. So, but that was a wonderful time for us. We really enjoyed it. Chantel and Kylie lived with us off and on until Kylie was 2.5, just a little over 2.5, and she and her mom moved into a house that Chantel bought, and that was awesome. That was exciting for everybody. And It was hard that they weren't in our house anymore and we didn't get to see Kylie all the time, but I still picked her up from school, and then Chantel would come out to the house and pick her up and take her home for supper, or we'd have supper sometimes. So we got to see each other a lot. So that's great. But there's just, if you're not a grandparent yet, I guess you can't really understand it. But if you've been a parent, you kind of get it, yeah. So I guess back to my head, or what's left of it. I am very sad. I don't go back to the neurologist until, I don't know, maybe June. I'm not sure. Maybe it's later than that. Maybe it's it was 6 months, but I don't remember when my appointment was. But yeah, we may have to make an appointment sooner than that. Maybe they'll up the Aricept. I just don't know. I think my husband thinks that I'm leaning into the disease, but I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm trying to adjust myself and be realistic. And maybe I lean too much the other way too. I don't know. But when you've had a perfectly good brain for 57 years and all of a sudden it's like, going weird, it's shocking. It's hard to deal with. Anyway, I will close for right now because I got to get up and go see my general practitioner for my 6-month checkup. And everybody stay well. Don't get COVID-19. Keep the social distancing and all of that. So far, it's worked for us. My daughter did have a test last week for COVID-19, but they said she didn't have it, but it's also 70% accuracy because she had a lot of the symptoms. So I'm not sure about that. But anyway, what a mess. And we will all be glad when this is over and we can go out and do whatever. Bath and Body Works will be open again. Our favorite little Mexican food restaurants will be open again. All this stuff. So that'll be great. Absolutely wonderful. I know everybody in the whole United States, really the whole world, is feeling like that. Like, when am I going to get to go to? When is the toilet paper going to be back on the shelves? When are they going to have hand sanitizer in the stores again? All that stuff. So, anyway, thank you for listening. Bye.